There's a 5-second window that quietly decides whether you become a disciplined person or not. Oh, it's not a 5-hour decision, not a 5-day plan, 5 seconds. And almost nobody notices it happening because it feels completely insignificant in the moment. It's the gap between the thought, I should do this, and the moment your body actually decides not to. Disciplined people aren't people who feel more motivated. They're people who've learned to act inside that 5-second gap before their brain talks them out of it. Today, we're breaking that gap down completely, why it exists, why it works against you by default, and exactly how to use it instead. Your brain has two very different systems running at once. One is fast, emotional, and built for comfort. It wants ease, and it wants it immediately. The other is slow, rational, and built for long-term goals, but it takes a few extra seconds to actually engage. The moment you think about doing something hard, the fast system fires first, almost instantly. It starts generating excuses before your rational brain even gets a vote. I'll do it later. I'm too tired. Just 5 more minutes. All of that shows up in under 5 seconds. If you let that window close without moving, the fast system wins by default almost every single time. This is why knowing what to do has never been the hard part. The hard part is what happens or doesn't happen in the 5 seconds right after you know it. Here's the part almost nobody tells you. Hesitation is not neutral. The moment you hesitate, your brain quietly interprets that pause as a signal that this thing might not actually be safe or necessary. So hesitation doesn't just delay action, it actively builds the case against taking it. That's why waiting to feel ready almost never works. The longer you wait, the weaker the urge to act becomes. The 5-second window is the only period where the original urge is still strong enough to actually beat the hesitation. Miss it, and you're no longer fighting a simple decision. You're fighting a brain that's already built a case against you. This is why disciplined people don't actually have less resistance than you. They just never let the 5 seconds pass. So here's exactly how to use this, starting with the moment you feel the smallest urge to act. The second you notice the thought, I should get up, I should start this, I should send this message, start counting backward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move, physically move, before the countdown finishes. The counting itself isn't magic. It's just a way of interrupting the fast system before it finishes building its excuse. It gives your slow, rational brain just enough time to catch up and take the wheel. This works for almost anything: getting out of bed, starting a workout, sending a hard email, speaking up in a meeting. The size of the task doesn't matter. What matters is catching the moment before hesitation takes over. The key rule is simple: don't think about it, count and move. The instant you start thinking too hard about it, you've already left the 5-second window and handed control back to hesitation. This isn't about ignoring your feelings. It's about not letting a 5-second feeling override a goal you've had for months or years. Every time you act inside the window instead of hesitating, you're casting a small vote for the kind of person you're becoming. And every time you let it pass, you're casting a vote too, just for the opposite person. Discipline isn't one enormous decision made once. It's this exact 5-second choice made over and over again. This works because it doesn't rely on motivation at all, which means it works even on your worst, most exhausted days. Motivation is unreliable by nature. A 5-second countdown is available every single time, regardless of how you feel. It also works because it's incredibly small enough that resistance barely has time to organize against it. You're not asking yourself to commit to an hour or a year or a completely new identity, just 5 seconds and one movement. See, but those 5-second movements are exactly what compound into the identity you were trying to build in the first place. So here's what to actually remember from all of this. The gap between the person you are and the person you want to be is rarely as large as it feels. Most of the time, it's just 5 seconds, repeated at the exact moments that matter most. Your challenge for today, the next time you feel that small urge to act, count it down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move before you think. Just once today, catch the window before it closes. If you're trying this, comment 5 seconds below. I want to know. Please like this video and subscribe. If this helped you, I break down ideas like this every week.